This is the third video in a series about practicing specific things. In the first video, I talked about practicing and failing, basically the value of not getting something right and continuing to work at it, knowing you're weak at something and continuing to push yourself, and how that is something that I often do. And then in the second video, I talked about the benefits of just practicing things for fun, how there's no specific purpose behind it. You're not specifically trying to improve something, it's just something you enjoy. So in this one, I'm kind of going back to that first topic a little bit. This is about practicing specific things, but this is kind of the cherry on top, the success story of how eventually things work out when you really continue to push yourself. Just kind of circling back a little bit to some of those concepts. So it is absolutely okay to fail, and it is expected to fail when you're learning something new. You know, some of the big things that I have practiced a lot of, I've done about 250 paintings now with oil, and a lot of the things that I tend to push myself on are trying to get nature backgrounds, practicing that, more interesting backgrounds, and also figure poses, studies of people in different positions, and trying to make those look natural, especially sitting positions. It's something that I've struggled with early on, especially making people look normal, especially when you don't plan anything in advance and you're just kind of freehand painting. That is kind of hard, and it's something that, like I said, I have certainly struggled with. I made a point to practice it a lot. I've done a ton of figure poses, a lot of figure studies, and just working at it over and over again, failing at it over and over again, coming up with some positions and poses that just, maybe they didn't look completely ridiculous, but still didn't look natural. They didn't look like how a human normally stands or how a human normally sits. Just continuing to push myself on that. Finally, I started to get where I occasionally was getting these things right, where, you know, I would have a few in a row that were not great and needed improvement, but then I would have a success. It would hit and something would look nice. And then I would do a couple more, and then I would have another success. And those successes started getting closer and closer together. And I shared a painting where I was trying to do a very similar subject, kind of similar concepts, but I wasn't happy with it. It didn't look right. I didn't like the way it turned out. This one, I think, turned out really well. And when I say turned out well, I am really speaking about how it was in my mind, how I wanted it to look, what my intentions were. This one is in line with what my intentions were. And that to me is a success. If I wanted something specific and had that in mind, and I got there, I was able to get the painting there. That's a victory to me. Those successes, the intent lining up with production, happens more and more the more practice you get. And I know that's a completely cliched thing to say, that like practice helps you, but it's 100% true. Like, there's not really a shortcut, I don't think, to improving. It's true with art, but it's true for so many other things in life. Really the only way to get there is to put in the work. If you're trying to get faster at running, you have to run to get faster. Like, that's kind of really how life works. And painting is the same. Drawing is the same. If you want to get better at it, if you want to have better implementations of concepts that you want, and drawings that you're trying to do and paintings that you're trying to do, you have to work at it. And I knew that early on, and I knew that it was a fun medium. Oil paint is a fun medium, and I was really enjoying doing it, so that's obviously helps quite a bit, but with the repetitions, but I knew that if I wanted to get where I hoped and get better and get the results that I wanted, that I had to keep after it. I knew that a couple dozen paintings wasn't going to do it. That was not enough. I knew that I needed to measure this in the hundreds of paintings. That's the level of practice that I needed. And frankly, I'm still not there. Like, I've been painting for maybe I'm approaching 3 years now. It's funny how time flies. I can't believe it's 3 years, but that amount of years plus 250 paintings, I still think that there's a long, long way to go to get where I need to be or where I want to be. I want to be able to rely on instinct to handle some of the technical aspects where some things are more routine and I can do them and maintain kind of a loose style. That's my end goal, is keeping the looseness and the easy free-flowing approach while having the routine and technical processes be like a matter of habit. So if I can get there, I think maybe it'll take me 1,000 paintings. Maybe it'll take me 7 or 8 years to get there. That would not be surprising at all. I think that's a fair estimate of how long it might take to get those skills that I'm kind of imagining. So anyways, that's kind of the summation of what I wanted to talk about here. Just ultimately what it comes down to is what you learned in elementary school, that practice makes perfect, or I guess as my kids say, practice makes progress. That's really the path that you have to take, is just put the work in. So that's all I have for this one. Thank you for watching this video. Hope to see you for the next one.